NTV has learned that another cabinet reshuffle is in the works, designed to bring KANU party leader Gideon Moi into President William Ruto's broad-based government.
Muliona jana huyu Ruto ameita Gideon Moi wa jamii yake ya Kalenjin, anasema wa Kalenjin waungane. Mimi nikiita nyinyi anasema sisi ni wa kabila. Si ndio? Wa Kalenjin wakishikana ni umoja wa kimataifa.
Nairobi is once again at the center of a political drama after reports emerged of a heated confrontation between President William Ruto and former Baringo Senator Gideon Moi. What was supposed to be a smooth political discussion reportedly turned chaotic when Gideon demanded the powerful position of Prime Cabinet Secretary currently held by MUSALIA Mudavadi'S.
Unajua wakati tuliongea na huyu ndugu yangu Gideon, tukapanga maneno ya zamani, tukapanga maneno ya hapo katikati, tukapanga ya maneno ya sasa, tukapanga ingine ya mbele.
According to insiders, the meeting was tense from the start. Ruto and Moi had met at Statehouse to finalize a working arrangement that would see KANU join the government. But things quickly spiraled when Moi insisted he wanted Mudavadi'S seat before agreeing to shelve his political ambition of becoming the senator for Baringo County.
Sasa ikatokea maneno. Sasa hii maneno yote tutakubaliana. Nani ataenda kusema hii maneno? Sindio?
Those familiar with the meeting say Gideon Moi was firm, insisting that he could not join Ruto's administration as a junior figure. He wanted a position that reflected his political stature and influence. The demand is said to have taken the president by surprise, creating an awkward moment that threatened to collapse the talks.
Na kama kuna kitu imefanya Gideon asikuje, tunataka tujue. Kwa sababu tutakaa hapa mpaka kesho.
Mheshimiwa William Ruto ambaye tumekubali ni 2 term, akishamaliza yake 2032 tutakuwa na Mheshimiwa Gideon Moi atatushikilia baada ya William Ruto.
Ruto reportedly tried to convince Gideon Moi to accept another senior government role, but Moi refused to back down. For several minutes, the atmosphere at Statehouse was tense as the two leaders argued over what position Moi should take. It took the intervention of senior KANU officials to calm the situation and find a compromise that would keep the discussion alive.
So mimi nikamwambia Gideon, mimi ndio nitakuja kusema. Na alafu akaniuliza unataka tukuje tuseme wapi? Iko Statehouse Nairobi.
After hours of back and forth, it is said that the two sides finally reached a deal. Gideon Moi will take up the newly created role of Deputy Prime Cabinet Secretary, effectively making him Musalia Mudavadi'S deputy. In addition, he will be allowed to recommend several loyal allies for key government positions, including ambassadorial and principal secretary posts. The arrangement was enough to convince Gideon to drop his political ambition and publicly declare cooperation with RUTO'S administration. The former Baringo senator is now expected to play a key role in the government's political outreach in Rift Valley and part of Western Kenya, where KANU still enjoys a presence.
Na kwa sababu hii Kabarak ni nyumbani kwetu. Hapa hatukaribishwi, sisi tuko nyumbani.
But the political fallout from the confrontation is only beginning. Mudavadi'S allies are said to be uneasy, viewing Moi's entry as a direct threat to the Prime Cabinet Secretary's authority. Some within Ruto's camp are also questioning whether bringing Gideon on board will create unnecessary friction within an already delicate power structure.
I can tell you from a politician's viewpoint, 5 years is a very short time, depending on which side of the divide you are, you know. When you are in the opposition, I can tell you it can look like a very long time. Yeah, and they become restless,
Analysts believe the move is a calculated gamble by Ruto. By bringing Gideon Moi into his fold, the president not only weakens the opposition but also neutralizes a potential political rival ahead of the 2027 general election. Gideon Moi's influence, especially among remnants of the KANU network, could prove useful in stabilizing Ruto's support base across key regions in the Rift Valley.
Mliona jana huyu Ruto ameita Gideon Moi wa jamii yake ya Wakalenjin, anasema Wakalenjin waungane. Mimi nikiita nyinyi anasema sisi ni wakabila. Si ndio? Wakalenjin wakishikana ni umoja wa kimataifa. Watu ya Mlima tukishikana anasema ni ukabila. Anafikiria sisi ni wajinga. Na mimi niseme mtu yeyote anatumiwa na Ruto kugawanya Mlima ni adui ya Mlima Kenya. Negwadwa ito. Modo wothe orahothera Ruto kugawanya kirima netho ito neguo.
However, it also raises questions about loyalty and internal competition. Mudavadi, who has been one of Ruto's most trusted allies since 2022, now faces a new challenge from within the government. The creation of a deputy prime cabinet secretary position could dilute his influence, making him appear replaceable.
But now, those of you who are in government, like ourselves, let me tell you, 5 years is very short. Very, very short. Because you have targets, you have to deliver, you have to raise the resource.
The entire episode exposes the cutthroat nature of Kenyan politics, where alliances shift overnight and power struggles play out behind the closed doors. For Moi, this marks an unexpected comeback after years of political silence. Once considered politically finished, he is now back in the headlines, forcing both friends and foes to take him seriously again.
Mimi ni mtu ya UDA, lakini Gideon ni mtu yetu. Na Gideon ni mtoto ya Baringo. Na Gideon ni kiongozi. Na sisi kama Baringo tumeamua na Gideon. Tena Gideon ako pamoja na rais. Ako na rais. Sisi ni watu ya tutam kwa rais wetu.
Sources close to Statehouse say Ruto is preparing a wide-ranging cabinet reshuffle to accommodate his new partners. The changes are expected to touch key ministries and diplomatic appointments, signaling a broader political realignment within Kenya Kwanza. For Mudavadi, the silence is telling. His office has not issued any statement since reports broke, but murmurs within his circle suggest growing unease. There is concern that Ruto's decision to accommodate Moi without clear boundaries could weaken Mudavadi's political standing and credibility.
Iko Statehouse Nairobi, iko Statehouse Nakuru. Mimi nikamwambia nilikuja kwako siku nyingine. Mahali inaitwa pale kwa Makonge inaitwa nini? Alfeda. Akaniambia hapana, nimehama sasa siku hizi mimi niko.
Whether Ruto can manage this new power dynamic remains to be seen. Gideon Moi's entry brings both opportunities and risks. It could expand the government's political reach, but it also sets the stage for new internal rivalries that could disrupt the delicate balance at the top.
Mliona jana huyu Ruto ameita Gideon Moi wa jamii yake ya Wakalenjin, anasema Wakalenjin waungane. Mimi nikiita nyinyi anasema sisi ni wakabila. Si ndio? Wakalenjin wakishikana ni umoja wa kimataifa. Watu ya Mlima tukishikana anasema ni ukabila.
What began as a negotiation for cooperation has now turned into one of the most talked about political dramas in recent months. The image of Gideon Moi storming out of Statehouse, demanding a seat that already belongs to Mudavadi, captures the raw competition for power in Kenya's elite circles. As Ruto prepares to announce new appointments, all eyes are on what happens next. Will Mudavadi survive the shakeup, or will Gideon's return force him out of the inner circle? For now, one thing is certain: Kenya's political stage has a new script, and Gideon Moi has just written himself back into it.
Kanamawag, I do not need, I do not need a handshake. I need the people of Baringo's handshake. Do me, come on, automatic everything. Or me, everything becomes automatic.